I'm Dan DeYoung and I'm running for City Council, Northwest Section, Ward 1. I was born and raised here in Grants Pass, Oregon, and graduated, went through primary school and secondary school, not secondary school, all the way through high school, graduated in 1967. I joined the United States Navy in 1968, where I served 4 years. During my time in the Navy, I went worldwide and I married my wife, my high school sweetheart, Pam, and together we had 2 children while in the service. When we left the service in 1972, the unanimous decision amongst the family was to move back to Grants Pass, Oregon, and continue to make this our home. We've lived here ever since. When I got out of the Navy, I went to work for a large heating and air conditioning company here in town, and I worked my way up through the chairs to service manager after 9 years. I started all seasons heating and air conditioning in 1981 and have been the general manager of that company ever since. That's 29 years here in the Valley. I've been asked a number of questions by various people, and I think I want to field those questions and answer them as honestly as I can today for you. Number one question has got to be, why isn't there a voter's pamphlet? There's been a number of different reasons, excuses, call it whatever you want, but the primary reason was it cost $5,000 is what the city has told us. $5,000 to let you, the people, know what the candidates are all about. The statewide voter's pamphlet is a state document. You can't lie to a voter's pamphlet because by penalty under penalty of the law. Anything else, we can tell you whatever we want. I feel as though the voter's pamphlet was probably more important than a normal regular election because there's 5 out of the 8 council members up for grabs. In a normal election, in a regular election, you will have 4 out of the 8. In this instance, for a special election, we have 5 out of the 8. That's a majority. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong impact on how the city is going to be run for the next 2.5 years when we come up again. It's been back and forth. Everybody takes the blame. Some people aren't taking the blame, but the result is the same. You people, you the people, have got to seek out what we're all about on your own, and we're going to try to help you do that. What do you feel is the role of City Council? I feel as though the role of City Council is to question the staff on decisions they've made and their policies as to the operation of the city. The City Council needs to direct the staff as to how the people feel. The City Council represents the people. They don't represent the government, they represent the people. And they are supposed to give the city staff recommendations as to how to run the government, the city staff does not run the government, the council runs the city staff. We need at the same time, the City Council's obligation is to give city staff the tools and the information that they need to make the decisions, the right decisions, and do the job that they were hired for in the first place. And that's paramount. How do you plan to fund public safety? That's a tough one. In my mind, prioritizing in these economic times is going to be paramount. I will absolutely fund public safety is at the very top of the list. We have to be safe. We have to put the criminals behind bars, and even more important, what we need to do is discourage elements and bad people from moving here. At the same time, we have to have very good fire protection. We have to have the best, and I think we have the best. Funding them has always been an issue. At present, they get a certain amount of money on a base, and then we attach a levy to it. The levy, as controversial as it is also a performance audit. It also, in your private practice, if you work for an employer, every once in a while, he's going to call you in to let you know how you are doing for the company. If you're not doing very well, he's going to let you know. If you're doing very well, he may pat you on the back, he may even give you a raise. It should be that way. And as controversial as that levy is, it's got its real good strong points in the fact that it is a performance audit. Have I ever served the community in a government role? I've been the president of the Grants Pass Active Club, which by the way puts on the Boatnik festivities every year. It's one of the largest events in the state of Oregon. I'm a member of the Grants Pass. I was a member of the Grants Pass Active Club. I'm a member of Rogue Valley Classic Chevys, and I was a member of the Oregon Cavemen, which all these organizations promote Grants Pass and this vicinity through special events that they put on. These are huge events, all of them, that bring people to Grants Pass, fill the motels, help out businesses here, and at the same time we get to show off Grants Pass for the beautiful city that it is. There are very few parks that I can count on that I've been to in car events that is as beautiful as Riverside Park. That's a commendation for Grants Pass. We're a pretty town and we're proud of it. But I hope to serve. I hope that the City Council is my first role as in a government agency. How do I feel about the interim City Council? The interim City Council was 5 members seated by the mayor and the city manager to take up the business of the city while the city and its voters had a chance to choose a new City Council. The mayor stated that he was not going to have anything important going before the interim council, but I feel as though a $92 million master parks plan that was already 2 years behind schedule is a pretty major plan, a pretty major issue, and really should have waited another 4 months for the new council to take effect and then let them vote on it. There's some other issues, such as the voters pamphlet, that it is said in the paper that the council approved no voters pamphlet. That was wrong. It is up to the city council to instruct city government that a voters pamphlet was absolutely necessary. I would move that that be put into law. It will always have a voters pamphlet. The cost was minimal. It was like 0.002% of the budget. What do you stand for and how will you represent the people? I'm going to represent the people because I'm one of you. I'm a regular guy that goes to work every day. I work at my business. I work at making my business work. I work at promoting Grants Pass and making it a nicer place to live. I always have. I always will. I've lived here 60 years. This is my home, just as it's your home. I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to move back to Arkansas or move back to California or back to Alaska. I'm going to stay right here because this is my home. I have nowhere to go. I want to be your city council and represent you, the people. You, the people who are supposed to run this government. I will represent you. A vote for me is a vote for you. Thank you very much.